Welcome to Legion's Lair. I am David Williams.
I am Mike Casper.
And I am Broder of Beerwindle.
This is Mike Casper, buddy. So I can't hear you guys.
Oh no, can you hear
Oh,
me?
here we go. There we are.
Oh,
What is up, guys? Oh, hold
Hey.
up.
do it again. Do it again.
Dude, let's do it again. Yeah.
All right, we'll just stop. Turn it on. Turn it back on.
Guys, this is a show all about Motu tribute figures. Four Horsemen Motu tribute figures. And that is why we have Mr. David Williams on with us right here. Because, Dave, you are, as of yet, the only individual in the community to have a Motu tribute figure as a tribute figure to yourself. My first question is, what went down with that, and how cool was that experience?
Well, so I don't have kids, so I would say it's the greatest moment of my life. So I made the figure with just the intention. I love Legion's figures, and I love Masters of the Universe. And when the parts became kind of available, I was like, I'm going to make a buzz off, with no intention of likes or follows, or I don't. That's not why I make these things. But when I posted it, it got a huge response.
Huge.
Everybody seemed to be real stoked on it. And, some time later, Jeremy reached out and we talked about the possible creation of it. And I just told him, go for it. I think that'd be awesome, And here we are, like, it's so surreal. Not only to be, to have a Legion's tribute, but for it to be attached to Masters of the Universe in any way, shape, or form is that much more special, because it's a toy line that I've loved my entire life.
Yeah. It's very special when that happens. Of course, it happened to Brad and I too.
Sure.
It's surreal, but it's very it's overwhelming when it happens. Very
Yeah.
overwhelming, and when it sinks in, it's like, wow. We're so grateful ourselves for them thinking about us in that way.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest things, is that, like, it's something that they don't have to do ever.
No.
We're going to follow and love this line no matter what. And when they throw these special things in, people that aren't familiar with us couldn't care less who's connected to who. But, the handful of people that we interact with and know, like it's like I have an extra Sir Owain figure myself, because last year I met Owen.
Yeah.
And he's the coolest guy. Like, he's just one of the sweetest people I've ever met. And the first thing I did was buy a second Sir Owain so that I could have one in a box. So because it's Owen, it's extra special now. He's not just that cool knight, So it's just a really bizarre feeling. Even weirder to go, to come home and try and explain it to the regular people.
Isn't that great?
Yeah,
Because
they're
a
like,
lot of people are like, they don't know,
Yeah.
or
yeah,
I told the one lady, and she ordered a couple of Broder, and then she's even like, so when is that coming? And I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a while. Like you don't understand. And she's like, well, I don't understand. It's been a while. And I'm like, no, it's gonna be a while. Like it takes time.
Yeah.
New things, new tooling.
The way that they're sold is one part of the explanation where I'm like, it's up for pre-order, and they're like, I pre-ordered it, when it's going to be here. I'm like, I literally don't know. I have no idea. You know, they're pretty good with their timelines, but we have no exact date. And then some of the questions, they're like, so that guy, but he doesn't look like you. And I'm like, well, it's not me.
It's yeah.
It's like a tribute.
Yeah.
You know? They're like, so are you really into bees? And I'm like, no.
To me and Mike, we were actually tripped out the other day. We really were, because me and Mike were really like, we're sitting there talking on the phone, and we were talking about our tributes, and we're like talking about Big Bad Toy Store. And it's like we go to Big Bad Toy Store and we're looking at ourselves. We're like, dude, like what the hell? This is crazy.
Yeah,
like I'm in a Big Bad Toy Store looking at myself. It's surreal. It really is. And like you said, they don't have to do that. So
not at all.
And you're on there too. The only thing I was disappointed at, if you remember, you guys probably don't, but I do. When Big Bad comes out with the new Arrival toys, they put the Sons of the Rising Suns wave up there. All the figures were there except for Broder.
Really?
And I'm sweating. It was so funny because I was like, it's because the Pauldrons, isn't it? Those son of a bitches. It was too rated R for them. It was like a little PGR. And
they had to censor it.
And they're like, we
censor it. Yeah. Wow. So, guys, how this show's going to go, we're going to go into and talk about every Motu tribute figure.
Okay.
And then at the end, we are going to do the wheel, the guest wheel. We won't call it a prize wheel. We'll do the guest wheel, bring people on, and then we're going to discuss with people future possible Motu tributes. But before we get everything started, we have 2 giveaways. And oddly enough, we're not going to use a prize wheel for it. We are going to give a question, and whoever pops up first with the answer will get the prize. We will do 2 prizes, correct, Brad?
We will. So, well, I don't know if you can see this. This is the torso, unpainted torso from Immortal Collection.
Immortal Collection.
You're going to get this. You might as well get the I think these are what the thighs that go with it, or the chins. I got 2 of them. You get two unpainted chins. And then we will throw in I guess we will throw in a head. I'll throw in one of these heads, maybe like a vampire head. I'll pull it out. I mean, I'm not pull it out. You know what I mean. Sorry, guys. If you can see that.
Oh, very cool.
So that'll be 1.
And this is all these pieces are from Immortal, correct?
Yes. And then, so that'll be 1, and then this will be another one.
And Jenny.
If I can get it out of there. Oh my God, it's so sharp. Trying not to break it. It looks like an Oni ogre scale head, unpainted. Oni scale head.
And this is the second giveaway?
It could either be 1 or 2, whatever. I mean, okay. And then there's some Oni pants. These are actually little,
like Jenny, yeah.
Some little Oni pants that you can go in there. I don't know if this will fit ogre. It might. I don't know. It might. I don't know. I'm thinking it may not. But we'll throw it in there. And there's a little head here too. Should I make that? Should I just throw that all in there?
Yes. Now, is this all one giveaway, or is this Or are you
Yeah, we'll do
splitting
two.
it up?
So that first three, we'll give them those three, then we'll give them these three.
Nice.
So we'll make this prize number 1. So you get a ogre scale head, and a 1.0. I think it's a 1.0 scale head. I don't know what he is, a goblin or some sort, goblin face, big nose guy, and then the Oni pants, and then we'll do the torso, the thighs, and this for other things. So
okay.
Mike wants to do the giveaway first because we are obviously maybe giving away some answers later on. So we might as well do the giveaways now.
Let's just do it now.
so
And the people who are going to be participating in this giveaway are in the feed. You want to let us know who's in the feed, Brad?
Let's see here. First, I gotta find the giveaway tool, Mike.
Oh, then I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
Dave Walker, Joe Gonzalez, Kevin McCoy, Wholesome Warlock, and of course that's Jordan, Jeff Evans, Tanya McCoy, Stacy Lynn. We got Curb. I just saw Curb on New to Mythics. We got Carver Customs. We got Ray Lynn Chisholm. We got Stephanie Orkin. We got, let's see, Lauren Jones, the producer of the Legion's Lair. We got the inevitable one, Curtis Ackerman. We got JMax77. We got Darla Ackerman, Curtis's better half. We got Destination Stone, and we have Jeremy Bollinger. All in. So, well, we're gonna do a question, Brad. We're not gonna do the wheel. So the first question for the first giveaway for the
I was ready to go, Michael.
For the immortal pieces is going to be which Motu tribute figure only comes with one head. The first one in the feed with the answer will win the prize. Which Motu tribute figure, Four Horsemen Motu tribute figure, only comes with one head? And let's see here.
Mike, are we going by your feed, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking right now. Oh, Wholesome Warlock wins.
Yep.
Wholesome Warlock. It is Unkin.
J-Mac Adamon. He did come with the helmeted head with the little bird on it or whatever.
It is Unkin. Good job, Jordan. Wow.
Which I kind of had Unkin in the background there. He was kind of giving it away a little bit.
You did. You did.
I
Okay.
didn't even mean to do that. I wasn't meant to do that. Sorry, guys.
How many
Melina?
Four Horsemen Motu tribute figures are there? And this includes Pop, Princess of Power.
Total Motu tribute figures, Mike. That's what your question is.
Yes, including the Dorina figure.
Ooh, I see some good numbers in there.
Okay,
I see some wrong numbers.
I got wrong numbers. I got wrong numbers.
Close. Man, they are throwing them up and
yeah,
throwing them numbers up, baby.
They're all wrong so far.
You guys are getting close.
Getting close. You know what number, you know what number we're looking for, guys? Oh, right there. Boom.
Oh.
Jeff Evans.
I was about to say, did we get? Is that what? I can't say. I didn't want to go by yours or go by mine.
Oh, you know what? I was counting them and I was like, dude, that's wrong.
Yeah.
And then I forgot about the dragon, the
Scourge.
Scourge. That's his name. I was like, dude, I only have 15.
Yep.
So, oh, you know what? Oh,
16.
I gotta write
Good
that
job,
down.
buddy.
Nice. Yeah, good job, Jeff. Nice.
Yeah,
So,
congratulations.
yeah, we got Jordan and Wholesome Warlock and Jeff Evans.
This is what I'll do. Since Jordan won first, I'll just ask him what pile he wants. And
Okay.
then whatever one that he doesn't want, then Jeff will get that one. As of right now, I was gonna have it be the ogre head first since it's big and whatnot. But we'll ask Jordan since he won first. Because he may not want this, and I don't want to give something to somebody if they don't want. You know, I'm not.
Sounds fair.
Yeah, I'm not gonna force. We're not gonna force stuff on you if you don't want it for free. But yes, Jordan, you handsome devil, you. I can't wait to see you in a couple months. You message me, buddy, and I will send this to you. And then I will message Jeff afterwards, or just Jeff message me too as well. We'll talk. Jeff's got a cool Cabal show on. I think he does it here in a little bit, maybe like 8 o'clock or something. I think he does it.
Nice.
But yes, so congratulations, fellas. So
Brad, can you bring up the page on Source Horseman that's all about the Motu tribute figures? If you would do that. So if you guys want to follow along, that page is the Figure and Focus PowerCon debut page. You can find that on Source Horseman. But initially in 2013, okay, the Horsemen at PowerCon, they were doing a charity event, and the Horsemen painted up 3 figures to be auctioned off, and these were 2-ups. So these are bigger figures, a lot. I mean, 2-up on a 6-inch figure would be what, 12, obviously 12, 13 inches, if I'm right with that. But they painted up a Zor, a Screech, and a Glory Bird. Of course, we know Zor and Screech from Motu. Glory Bird, I was not familiar with, but this is a Princess of Power tribute. Right there they are. And they used the Gothotropolis and Mythic Legions bird bodies, Aetheron's dozens. So very cool. And these are 2-ups. So guys, 2-ups,
yeah.
they're not going to be small. That's for sure.
Anybody watching who's going to get to go to intern for the day, or anybody who has been at intern for the day, when you first walk in to the Four Horsemen Studios and you look to your right, there's this huge glass case, and inside that glass case are some really cool 2-up figures. Gothotropolis 2-ups, and I think they do have some of these birds in there, Mike. Maybe I don't think they have these ones, but they have the Gothotropolis ones. I think
these were one and done. There's only one of each of these, and they went to the person who 3 individuals who won them for the charity and paid the money to receive them. But in 2003 or 2013 at PowerCon, of course, that PowerCon being held in California and not in Ohio, these figures obviously were given away. Once again, we said for charity, but these are the figures that gave the studio the idea to maybe we want to do Motu tribute figures. And it was a few years later, basically PowerCon, let's see here, 2016, that they came out with their first Motu tribute release. and that is going to be the Man-at-Arms tribute, Unkin. Now, if you back out of that, Brad, back out of that, there you go, Unkin. Now, Unkin is a tribute to Man-at-Arms. Man-at-Arms came out in the first Motu wave, 1982, which, by the way, is the best wave they have. Every figure is amazing. Um, but this was a debut figure. So they're called PowerCon debuts because they're not exclusive to the con. This guy was also sold in the one Mythic Legions 1.5 wave. Now you might ask, what does a PowerCon debut figure entail? What does that mean? Okay, well, a PowerCon debut figure is simply going to be a figure based on a Motu character that is given an early release at PowerCon, where they will then give a regular release for it in one of their waves later on. So Unkin made it into 1.5, the 1.5 wave, and oddly enough, Unkin, it is a tribute of a heroic character, but he is from the Legion of Arether in Mythos, so he is an evil character. What do you guys think of this guy?
I always thought he was cool. Like,
Yeah.
This is like the perfect example of like thinking outside the box when making a tribute. Like, it doesn't have to be completely on the nose every time. We'll get to another one that I think is such a neat tribute, but the way that they executed it was so much, so interesting in comparison to what they could have done. I personally don't have this guy, but it's only due to lack of availability.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
He was obviously one of those ones that I had to have. And I remember the day I got him or won him in an eBay auction. And at that time, I thought I think it was under 300. I know that it was in the mid twos or low twos or something, or whatever it was. I was very happy to win that. And that sounds crazy, but he does go for big money.
This is one of those figures that I wish I would have had a desire for more when I got into Legions. Because when I got into Legions, like I think both Adamon and Keltis I got for 100 or less.
Wow.
And then
good.
Yeah, so but this guy was just totally not on my radar, and I was like, I was really just trying to do PowerCon stuff. Like I wasn't going to do all the Legion stuff. I was just going to get like Motu stuff and then a couple of guys, and here I am now.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy's crazy expensive.
Well, and here's the thing, though. He is great, though, because the colors and the armor are kind of on point.
Yeah, they're perfect.
They're perfect. So the colors and the armor are on point. That alone makes him who he is, Man-at-Arms. But a lot of people, a lot of people are like, "Hey, he doesn't look like Man-at-Arms." People outside the line coming in are looking. He doesn't look like And that's the thing. He's not called Man-at-Arms. He's Unkin. He's got his own bio, his own thing. But that tribute to what he is, I think it's perfect. I can't see him any other race than an orc. Now that I see him as that, I'm like, yeah, that's fine. That's what he is.
Well, and Man-at-Arms had the green leotard on or whatever. I'm sure he didn't have green skin, but perfect for him.
perfect for the first Motu tribute in the line for them to start
And,
out with.
you know, these things get expensive because the horsemen have come out and said we will not revisit any Motu tributes. But they did put a caveat on that. They did say we can revisit the Motu character and make a different tribute to them. So here's fingers crossed for another He-Man tribute and another Skeletor tribute.
Yeah, no doubt.
That
No doubt.
would be free with the new parts in their
Yeah,
parts.
exactly.
That
Now
would
this guy,
be amazing.
this
Yeah.
guy, real quick, before we go to the next one, I see a lot of people do their own versions of him or try to duplicate him, and they're pretty spot on. And I think it's doable. It's a
I did
doable.
one.
Okay, yeah.
I did
I
one
thought you
a
might have
long.
done.
I did one a long time ago.
Oh, that is awesome.
That is awesome.
The same
awesome.
general type of thing, but it was like, this is again super early in my Legions collecting.
Yeah, no, that is. Now seeing him with is that Sir Heaven's brand?
Yeah, that was a terrace, but it's the same head.
Yeah.
You know what, Dave? I'm gonna say right now, if you came out with that figure before they made Unkin,
yeah,
that might have been the one.
because that's
freaking that looks legit. Yeah, that looks legit. Yeah, that's like real life person, a man at arms. That's like that.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying about like with Unkin. It's like I think that's one of my favorite things about these tributes is like the creativity or the thought that goes into them. That's like it doesn't have to be the exact thing, And we'll get to the next couple, and that's a perfect example.
Yeah,
it's cool. I have like a collage of Unkins on the screen. It's like, look, Unkin.
Yeah, it's just everything.
He's
Brad, can you read his bio?
I can.
Nice. A little tidbit on the bios. The Motu tribute figures are part of the lore very loosely. Jeremy Gerard has explained this many a times. Very loosely, they will never be part of any Legion's multimedia. The book, the games, comic book, any multimedia to come out in the future, the Motu tributes are not part of. So they do have bios. They are part of the lore, but very, very loosely.
All right. Do you want Arnold or do you want the brother?
Any bios on this show is Arnold.
All right. We'll do one normal. How about that?
Okay, gotcha.
I'll throw an Arnold in there later. Every army needs an arsenal of weapons to carry them to victory in battle, and the Legion of Arether is no exception. A secret weapon in his own right, Unkin is the Legion's master weaponsmith. A veteran of some of the Legion's bloodiest battles, his expertise has been forged in combat. Demanded to supply his brethren with the tools necessary to achieve supremacy, Unkin's ongoing quest involves supplying the legions of Arether with the deadliest weapons once can imagine.
Which is one, but I read the bio earlier today. They put once in instead of one.
Oh, once.
So you did not read that wrong, Brad. I just wanted to come to your defense.
They had the fix it.
Yeah. Okay, we got number two. Actually, number 2 and number 3 came out together. Let's go with Adamon.
Yeah. Can you see this? Can we see it? Okay, yeah. Making sure I'm still on there.
Adamon came out. He was an early release, a Motu PowerCon debut figure in 2017. And of course, he was released later on in the probably the best wave ever to come out, the Coliseum wave.
Yeah.
Uh, and he is a tribute to He-Man, who came out in the first Motu wave, once again, 1982. What do you guys think of Adamon?
Adamon's one of my top 5 Legions figures of all the way, the whole series. So I love him. And again, I've always been a huge Masters of the Universe fan. So, I mean, He-Man's the guy, he's the main guy.
He's the dude.
Yep. So, and
Now,
the execution on this is so good.
So obviously Atlas came out first. So that head sculpt was out.
Mm-hmm.
So them reusing this head sculpt was killer because everybody loved that head sculpt for Atlas. And Atlas only had one eye. He was missing the one eye. So now we got the version of him with 2 eyes.
Yeah.
And that hair blonde definitely fit. It's definitely a good choice of remaking it with that head. Everything looks. I have people who same thing. They know nothing about Mythics. They come over, they look at my cabinet, and when I say, I don't even have to say anything, and they look over and they're like, "Is that Skeletor? Is that He-Man?"
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like they know immediately. And same thing with Man at Arms. They know him immediately.
Yeah.
And then once they notice that there's Motu in there, they're looking for the other ones, and then they'll start finding the other ones. But
yeah, this is the one I bring up. This is the one I bring up if I have to explain Motu tributes to someone, I pull up this picture next to a picture of He-Man, and then I'm like, because you can see that it's so specifically supposed to be He-Man, but it looks nothing like He-Man. And most people are like, oh, I get it. So it's just the parts that they have, they paint to look the right colors,
Even
that's
name,
all it takes,
Yeah, even the name Adamon. I mean, so you're going to the Prince Adam part. So there's a little bits, there's little things here and there that just make him perfect.
Yeah, the thought and care that goes into the creation of these characters is just second to none. Like, they're so good at this.
Yeah, this actually, Adamon and Keltis got me into Legions. I was on a website, a Motu website called Vaults of Grayskull. Some of our viewers might be familiar with that website, but they had a page on there about Mythic Legions. And I was looking at the figures and I was like, oh my God, these are really good looking. But at the very bottom, as you scrolled down, it showed Adamon and Keltis. And I was like, I got to get these figures. That's how I got into Legions. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. And this figure right here, it is just a damn good figure. What shelf presence for a figure like this.
Then for them to obviously give you the 2 belt straps, to go around them, to give him that, to make the harness. Yeah, so everything was perfect with that.
I agree.
And obviously, I think everyone is probably glad that we're getting almost like obviously we're getting Atlas 2 version 2. So we're kind of getting that head sculpt again, updated a little bit in a sense, where I can see people taking that new version 2 Atlas head and painting it to match, this He-Man head, blonde or something, giving it some new character detail or something. But yeah, perfect.
Now, David, would you say Adamon is your favorite Motu tribute?
Not anymore, but yeah.
Not anymore, but he was.
Yeah, he was definitely, he's kind of a prized possession Legions figure, like he's front and center on my shelf. Like Him and Atlas are both have like a real prominent stage.
Yeah.
Like I love
Up front.
Barbarians. Yeah.
Nice. What's up, Len?
Yeah,
Thank
up front
you
and center.
for stopping by, buddy.
Wolf King has spoken.
Len is one of the nicest guys in the community. Him and Nate Barch probably are fighting for that title.
Yes,
so-
Len, I can't wait to hang out with you as well in the lobby. And I'm going to agree with Curtis Ackerman here. I don't always agree with Curtis, but I'm going to agree with him. And obviously, this is a gimme. The Motu tributes have brought so many collectors into this line. It really has. Mike just gave a testament of himself coming into this line because of Motu tributes. I myself got into this line because of Motu tributes, because of the influences of Mike corrupting me and telling me what to do in an in-stock sale that I had no idea.
And
my first in-hand figure that I opened was Calros.
That was mine.
Soul Spiller.
And that is obviously we'll get to him. We'll talk to him.
So Curtis brought up a good point, Brad, which you emphasized on, but these are a gateway for a ton of people into the line, into the Legion's line.
You kicking the line. You kick.
So number 3 is my favorite Motu tribute figure. That is going to be, of course, Skeletor himself. We got Keltis, of course, named after Keldor.
Perfect.
It is a tribute to Skeletor from the first Motu wave in 1982. It had a PowerCon debut release in 2017. And of course, its regular release was in the Coliseum wave. What do we think about Keltis, gentlemen?
He's so badass. Like, I love the color. Like, the shades of color that they use on all the tributes are so spot on.
Yeah.
Skeletor being like a muscular guy with a skeleton head, they could have actually done that.
Well, yeah.
But the way that they put armor on him, and it's just the blue that sticks out that's Skeletor blue. Like it's not just some blue.
And I'll tell you what, I myself copied this from what Mike did, which was take Zazar and turn Zazar into there. Look here, Mike. Let me close on you for you can show this. So taking Zazar, and I even liked the black stripes that was on Zazar. I felt like it went with the Skeletor look. So I definitely digged that as well, and that blue worked well with him. And I see a lot of people have done that, and I copied it as well. But yeah, Mike, that looks great. Looks good. I like it. But yeah, you're right. Just the way what they did, the purples, the metallic in it, even the extra heads that it comes with, so you can make the topper on top of the staff. That just all those little things, and it's funny the stuff they do today, with the little stuff for Figure Obscura, but the detail that they have with what they did with what they had back then was awesome. They were really giving us so much back then. I think we definitely took that for granted. What they were giving.
Yeah, this figure is, as soon as you see it, it's Skeletor. Same thing. And it is badass. With the alternate heads they come with, you can make a totally different figure for Adamon and Keltis. Look at 1/6 shooter Trevor Williams photos on these things. Amazing. Brings the figures out, does the figures justice in every way. But this here is the Motu tribute figure, in my opinion. He's perfect.
Well, obviously Mike loves skeletons. And obviously Mike is scapular technically, and technically that's Scapular's head, right? So
Yeah.
Scapular one.
you can see why Mike likes it.
Oh yeah, man. It's just it is so good. And come on, guys, we can make a totally blue skeleton with this figure.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That is cool. So going on to the next one, David, you had mentioned your very first Mythic Legions figure was Kauros.
Yeah, that was the first one I opened.
Nice. Well, the next one, number 4, is going to be Kauros. Okay,
We'll
he
yeah.
is a tribute to Battle Cat, who came out in the first wave of Motu in 1982. He was released early at PowerCon 2018, and then later had a regular release in the Soul Spiller wave. He came out with Melina also. They came out together at the same PowerCon. Guys, what do you think of Kauros?
Um, so this being the first figure I opened is, I mean, it was the way that it felt. I was like, this is a quality action figure, you know. This is, and that's what kind of turned me on to Legions in general. Is just like the plastic used and the paint and the detail. But this is one of the ones that I think was so clever for them to give it like the barbarian, body, or the orc body or whatever, and give it like this neck piece and cat head that makes it, I mean, Adamon's not going to ride him, but it still,
No.
like,
Yeah.
it still has that feeling that it's almost like he's like the companion type. And then one of those, like, if you know situations for him to come with 2 shields was
2000.
was super clever. And like, I just thought that was like, I knew exactly why he came with 2 shields when I got him,
Yep.
At first,
that's definitely
I thought they made a mistake.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, oopsie. And then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, pussycat. I like him because I feel like whatever, Cringer was obviously a little biatch, but
well, that's named Kauros. Coward.
But at the same time, this figure is nothing like Cringer or like that. He is like Battle Cat. He is like manly cat. Like he That's
he
how
looks badass. I love him.
He's just badass. He was definitely if I remember correctly, when I bought Adamon, it was in a group bundle with Kauros.
Cool.
So I think I was able to get both those, if I remember correctly.
I think you did, yeah. In fact, did you get Unkin in that bundle or no?
No, I won Unkin off of eBay. I remember calling you like, I won. There's probably somebody in the feed like, that was me.
Well, Kauros stands out to me once again. Any Motu tribute that the Horsemen make from Wave 1 is my jam, because Wave 1 Motu is my jam before that silly cartoon, Filmation cartoon. So, but once again, you can make this into a totally different character. Totally different character with the orc heads. So you can have your shelf of Motu tributes, and then they're allowing you to actually make them fall into the world of mythos even more by giving you these alternate heads, just with Adamon, just like with Keltis.
And I'm glad they did that, because it obvious us having the show, we get to interview people and we get their their thoughts and their likes and whatnot. And we've seen people say, hey, Motu was a gateway for me to get into the line. But then when it came time to our least favorite figures, Motus were always on people's least favorite.
I know.
And they always, I think their thing was is it I love it, but I feel like it's so out there with the colors that it doesn't go with mythics.
Yeah.
And I see what they're saying, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm like, it's fantasy, so I make it work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where, but I get it. You know, obviously, if when we put people on the spot, we make them pick, you know, one that's not so great. Obviously, I would say, well, we'll get to him in a moment, which was Stinkor and
Bryophytus.
Bryophytus. Yeah, Mephitor and Bryophytus. That's what I'm trying to say. But these guys, and if you now, I will say this: nobody. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say anything bad about these first 3 or 4 waves of Motu tributes.
You know, I was actually ready to defend Milena because I've heard like
Yes,
I've heard
she's been
lots
on the
of hate
list
for
as
her.
well. Yeah, she's been on the list.
But she's one that I really like. I really like that vampire head, but I like it with eyeballs and makeup. And then the blues on her, like the contrasting navy and like sky blue on her, are really nice. And then with the big white plume is kind of, again, it's one of those things where it's like it's a Masters of the Universe thing to have given her like white hair, or have like white hair represented on it. And again, they covered everything. They thought about it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like that head, and the yellow skin is. I think the yellow skin is real super striking.
I'm trying to remember. Is it Trevor that doesn't like Milena?
I believe. I think it's either Trevor or
I think it's Trevor that says he doesn't like her. She's been on a few
or
people's list.
it might be the Legion's cast guys too.
And she is different, but she goes with her bio. If you read her bio, then you kind of start to understand her, or where she's coming from, I guess. But yeah, I guess the jaundice skin does throw some people off. But she's unique, so that's why she has that skin.
I don't know, man. She looks super witchy to me. You know, like
yes,
yellow skin, pointy ears. Like she looks
face,
creepy, man.
Yeah, that face is perfect. I feel like it was once again colors, everything worked well with her.
Yeah, she's a mix between the vampires and the orcs.
Yes,
from my understanding from the
bio. It's unique. You know, it's different. You know.
So Melina, obviously, she is the tribute to Evelyn, who is a character who came out in the second Motu wave in 1983. She was once again with Kalros. She was an early release at PowerCon 2018, and she had a regular release in the Soul Spiller wave. Obviously, her name Melina is a reference to Lyn, for Evil Lyn. And yeah, this figure is not my favorite Motu tribute, but once again, I'm not huge on 2.0s.
Yeah.
So, but for what it is very nice. I do wish she had a smaller staff, but at the time they didn't have those parts tooled.
Yeah, we definitely the staff situation has changed over the years. Same with, I think it's the same with Keltis. I wasn't super into his original staff, you know, like just because it had that big, you know, it kind of flared out, kind of weird. But that's since been changed, and all the new staffs are so rad.
Nice.
I mean, she's been known to fall over in my case every now and then, and it's fine. I got her. My problem is when I first started displaying my figures, I always loved to stack them with a boatload of weapons, and really, it's not like logical, but in war, you probably don't want to have all this stuff, but that's how I, wanted. I was trying to show all this stuff, but now when I display them, I don't, I make it more, simpler, I
Yeah.
guess. Say.
Yeah, early on, I was trying to get all their gear on, as many
Yeah.
things as I could put on them. But now I'm like, I'm less like I have a bin of like irreplaceable parts, like stuff that like I've switched out like Perplor and Calros's feet for the Zombie 13 feet, or like the extra Keltis stuff. Like I have that in a bin where I'm like, don't paint this stuff,
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, now the way I display them, I'm like sword, shield, maybe a staff, whatever they need. I have Melina posed with the sword she comes with because the staff always falls out of her hand.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually have the staff in her hand, but she's got the sword, but it's kind of like she's like Xing it.
Yeah.
Like one's holding the other one up. Kind of, it's yeah. But
I see in the chat, Brian's talking about these staffs, and talk about an upgrade for, I mean, any of the Poxus figures. I have a couple of his staffs with the wizards and Thrace, and they're just awesome staffs with like a light up orb on the top.
Nice.
And those are rad. I need to get one from
that. Yeah.
All right, well, I'll pick one up at Legion's Con for Melina.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think
she'll get
we'll stop
she'll
by
get a
his
staff.
table. He's closer. He's moved. He was in our row, but he's closer now.
Yeah, he's closer to me, which is cool.
Yeah, he's up. He's up a little bit. I noticed he's up a little bit.
Do we want to catch this bio? We missed the last few.
Or
is that difficult for you?
Well, I can go get her. I had Adamon's up here. You want me to read hers?
Yeah.
We still got a lot to get through, so we can go every once in a while by.
She was what did I say? Soul Spiller? Soul Spiller.
If only there was an alphabetical list of every character.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
Soul Spiller, this shit.
Long list.
All right. Yeah, I'm on the right one. As one of the last remaining Ubra, is it Ubire? Let's ask Travis Bowles. Ubire in existence, Melina has sought refuge in the dark corners of Alkyrium, where she seeks to refine her dark magical abilities into a devastating and deadly weapon. An ancient mixture of orc and vampire bloodlines, the Ubire have been shunned and despised despite their immense inherent magical potential under the protection of Malachi Silverhorn and his shadow elves. Yeah. Whenever I think of Malachi, I think of Children of the Corn. Melina, the Malevolent, has sworn to return the Soul Spiller to Lucretia and the Vampire Kingdom. Hey, somebody's at my back door. Oh, it's Lauren. Never mind.
Maybe it's Melina.
Yeah, Lauren! Annabelle Melina!
Okay, let's go on to PowerCon 2019. So PowerCon 2019 had, of course, 2 more early release figures. We're going to go with Krona first.
Okay, all right, I like it.
Krona is a tribute to Trapjaw from the second wave of Motu in 1983. He obviously was an early release at PowerCon 2019, but a regular release in the Wasteland wave. And Krona, the name Krona references Trapjaw's other name, and I want to help me out here. Uh, God, what was his name before he became Trapjaw?
Oh,
God, I
hold
can't
on.
even think.
Um,
It's for
Kronos. Brian got it.
Chronos. Yeah,
Cronus. Yes, Cronus.
I was
Uh,
about to say Chrono again.
what do you guys think about this figure?
I think this character is so badass. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that a skull on a human body is so cool looking, and the way that they did the pink jaw on the bottom, and then gave him like all asymmetrical stuff. Like, he's just so cool. And the amount of weapons he comes with. This one's just super smart and obviously very deliberate. Like, everything they did, they thought about it and made it extra cool.
yeah, yeah. I agree. And obviously, like we said earlier, he was my first figure in hand, first figure I opened, the first figure that said, I'm gonna go further into this line because this guy is cool. And which the next one was Purple. Um, so those two were definitely cool. This guy is badass. And
Yeah.
people do know who he is when they come over as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a no. It's just a no brainer.
Yeah.
so these are the two figures that got you into Krona and Purblor got you into, right, Brad?
Thanks to you, Mike says if you're going to get into this line, they're $35 a piece. It's the cheapest you're going to get them. Just grab one. And I thought, well, I'm grabbing this one. I'll just grab the other. So I grabbed both of them.
You
And
were enabled. Sorry, not sorry.
I was boom enabled.
So this figure is my second favorite Motu tribute. This is a bad ass figures. The colors just pop on it. And of course it is a skeleton with a flail.
That flail was pretty impressive too, I will say.
Yeah, he's so cool, man. Everything about this character is rad.
And a lot of people, this was a lot of people's first figure, and
Uh-huh.
I can see why people are like, dude, I got to go further because this guy's awesome.
Yeah.
He's badass.
And
The
this
belt, the axe, the knives, all his weapons are killer. I mean, he talk about an arsonary.
I think this is the first time I'm seeing this photo of him. And
Trevor's,
that makes it even cooler. Like, he looks like a menace,
yeah.
you know?
We're using all Trevor. By the way, yeah, we're using all the Trevor's photos.
Yeah,
Trevor's.
man.
Yeah.
I
It
didn't
looks
realize
more professional.
I didn't realize that there was a point where he went back and took photos of these older
Yeah,
tribute figures. But yeah, man, this is an awesome photo. This is an awesome character.
He actually was the second figure I got in hand. The
Okay.
first was the Skeleton Legion Builder 1 and then Krona. And boy, he does not disappoint. None of the figures do.
Yeah.
So,
he's dope.
so-
He's dope.
so now we're coming up with number 7, Purblor. And the reason why I use the R's is because in the name there are 3 R's. It is a tribute to the Motu Panther figure that came out in 1983, and that was the second Motu wave. It was released once again with Krona at PowerCon 2019. It was an early release with a regular release in the Wasteland wave. What do you guys think of Purblor?
Same with Kauros. It's that body. I like the barbarian body a lot, or just like the muscular body. And for whatever reason, like,
It's the best.
I think, yeah, he looks a little like extra cool just because he's like the dark skin, and his armor is really super unique. I've had to match it a couple times or attempt to, and it's a really bizarre shade of green or whatever it is. Like he's just cool. I
Yeah.
like his I like his presentation. I think that even with the purple skin, he kind of fits more into the mythic thing because he has that like dark green armor. Like it just looks dingy.
I mean, obviously I knew he was going to be bad because, but I was thinking that he was going to be a part of it, not Arether, but I guess, I thought he would be with Sons of the Red Star.
Yeah, considering his attachment to.
Yeah, because of Skeletor, but and that's what I was thinking. Other than that, he's perfect. Same thing. I love the body. I love that barbarian like body build, 1.0 body. I love the same thing, reusing the head because the heads were the same as a kid. Both figures looked similar. They were just different color, flocked different.
Yeah.
So reusing it to make it like the other one was great. So yeah, their thinking process on these two again hit it out of the park.
Now, how badass would it have been to get him flocked like Bryophytus?
That would have been cool. I don't think they were there yet, though. I don't know.
They definitely
I don't even know if they were thinking that. They could have very well been. That's probably something you can ask one of them in the lobby at Legion's Con.
Yeah.
You'd be like, hey, did you ever think about flocking any of that stuff? Or did you just think Bryophytus, hey, we got the stuff, we can do it? Or maybe they wanted to do it and couldn't do it then. And so, yeah, those are good questions to ask him.
I'm okay with him not being flocked, but it would have been, I would have been just as happy with him. Like I think
even if they flocked Battle Cat, I would have been cool with that too.
Yep.
Like, oh, well, sweet.
Okay, now we're moving on. We're going to move up a year to PowerCon 2020. Now, PowerCon 2020 never happened because of COVID-19.
Virtual.
But these figures did happen. We got Dorina Honoris, and we got Lord Dragul. Dorina, she is a tribute to She-Ra. She came out in the 1984 wave, the first wave of Princess of Power. And of course, she was released early as a PowerCon debut figure on Store Horseman because there was no PowerCon. And they actually sold her and Lord Dragul. They did one on Saturday and then they did one on Sunday to kind of mimic PowerCon, but they did it on Store Horseman. She came out, of course, in the All Stars 3 wave as a regular release. What do you guys think of this She-Ra tribute?
I think she's cool. I like the Freya Deadhall figure a lot.
I love her.
So it's kind of like this was just kind of a filler for me. I've never been into She-Ra. I never cared about She-Ra.
I feel you.
But that was my sister's thing. So it's kind of I think that it's charming that she is in this line and was considered for tribute. And in person, this is a really great figure. Like the light skin tone and then the white armor.
Yeah,
she's real pretty.
Yes.
She's one of those like I had to have her just for the sake of having her, but I don't think I've touched her since I put her on display. Like, but this photo makes her look pretty.
Yeah,
badass.
obviously Trevor does a good job.
Yeah, God. Yeah, I'm looking at her and think she's way cooler.
She is beautiful. That same thing. I loved Freya. And she is obviously same head sculpt, but different eye color, maybe a little different tone. But they're both beautiful. Sure. Same thing. I liked that they chose that head for her tribute. I actually like this figure. I gave this to my mom because my mom's such a badass.
She is. She is.
Yeah, my mom's a retired deputy sheriff, 25 years, trained on unarmed self-defense, trained firearms at the police academy. So she has won many police and fire Olympics games on fire and arms. So yeah, she's definitely a badass. When I say my mom wears army boots, she does. So I gave this to my mom for Christmas one year with Father Christmas, and she opened both of them up, and she freaking loves them, and she keeps them out all year round.
Oh, that's awesome.
So when you go into her one bedroom, her one little office room, she's got Father Christmas up with the little tree, and got Dorina there, and obviously my mom was a blonde-haired woman with very pale complexion, and so I'm not saying that she looks identical to her, but I go, that could be my mom's tribute, if per se. So I'm like, yeah, well, and she loved it. So I love that figure. It's a good figure.
Well, can anybody help me out? Why the name? Why Dorina Honoris? I don't know anything about She-Ra. Why that name?
Well, her name was Adora. She-Ra's name was Adora.
Yeah, I was about to say something rhymes with her name. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think, right? Adora. I'm sure there's more to it than that, but I think that at least has some sort of connection, I imagine.
Yeah, the Dorina Adora. I can see that. Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, I think that.
Wow. Number 9, Lord Dragul. And he is going to be a tribute figure for Hordak, who came out in the 1985, the third wave of Motu. Now, interesting here, Hordak came out as a antagonist to He-Man, but they moved him in the cartoons to being an antagonist of She-Ra. But originally, Hordak was the Horde was original based within Eternia as another bad faction. So that's an interesting little fact there. But of course, he came out with Dorina PowerCon 2020, and of course they were on Store Horsemen because PowerCon 2020 did not exist because of COVID-19. And he was released with Dorina, a regular release, in the All-Stars 3-wave. Curtis Ackerman said this was his first figure.
Yeah, I was going to highlight that.
Think about Lord Dragul.
This picture is the most badass vampire picture there is. Like, this looks so cool. Dragul in particular, I love him. I think that the soft goods, the way that they did the wings and that you attach it to his wrists and his back, was really clever. I like that the shield kind of doubles as that collar if you want to tuck it in between his shoulder pads or his pauldrons. I like the imp skull on the axe. Like, this release was so cool.
At first, I bought these two together, and at first I didn't use the vampire head.
Okay.
I actually liked the other way, and then I'm like, you know what? Why am I doing this? Because it doesn't look like Hordak when you do that. Like, you have to have the vampire head on there. He just wasn't one of my favorites, so maybe that's why I kind of disregarded him at first. But after I put that vampire head on him, I'm like, this is how it's supposed to be. This is it. Like, I like this figure.
I could talk about the weird specific intricacies of a lot of these for way too long. Like I was just looking up at him, and I like the flat gray and black. Like his color scheme's really cool. I remember his knee pads are painted gray too, right?
Yeah,
Like he's got some variation. I think the toes are painted gray. Like he's just really well put together with like the blue stripe on his head.
Yeah, the one problem I have with this figure is the Lord Dragul that they came out was a filmation color. He had blue skin instead of the gray, but with
you got a zenith on,
you can change that.
Yep.
So if anybody knows me, they know I vehemently hate filmation. So anything filmation I cannot stand. So I haven't done it yet, but I probably will be switching out his blue skin for the gray skin.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That's funny. I was talking about Masters of the Universe with my coworker the other day, and I was just into the toys. I never saw the cartoon unless I was sick, because it aired while I was still at school when I was in kindergarten.
Oh,
And so I was just obsessed with the toys and had no attachment to the lore. So just what they look like as toys was what I just think they look like, you know.
Dusty says, I didn't know that the cape attached to the wrists.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
Yep.
I don't think I have mine like that though.
It's pretty rough on the way that it's cut.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you're gonna want to keep those wrists pretty, like, you know, just keep them where they're at. If you twist them, because if you twist it, it'll twist the cape. But it gives him, you can put his arms up and he's got the bat wings.
Yep. Okay, moving on to PowerCon 2021. The next two figures to come out were Bryophytus and Mephitor, with Bryophytus first. He is a tribute to Mossman, who came out in the third, let's see here, no, 2, 3, 4, in the fourth Motu wave in 1985. He was an early release at PowerCon 2021, which is a special PowerCon for Brad and I, because what's up, Titty? There's Calros or Purplor.
Black Battle Cat.
That PowerCon 2021 was in Columbus, Ohio, or no? No, it was still in California.
Yeah, it's still California.
Still California. 22 was Columbus. So this wasn't the special PowerCon for us. They had a regular release. Both these figures had a regular release in All Stars 4. What do we think of Bryophytus, gentlemen?
I love these two tributes. Like, I think that, I mean, Mephitor is not at all what I thought that they would do for a Stinkor tribute, like being a goblin. And I love the Thistlethorn head, but the Bryophytus in particular is just, it's so Mossman, you know, like it's the only way to have him, you know.
Yeah.
I do have one that I deflocked, and I have a, you know, he's just a green and brown orc, but this is so cool. Like it's the only Legions figure that has any sort of like, just like this bizarre change, like a material like glued to him, and it's just cool. He's just like a big grass orc, and it was smart, and it was really, I think it was just a cool homage to Mossman, you know.
Yeah, I would say the only thing, if they we're doing the flocking on Mossman, it would have been nice to get the stink with Stinkor, even though Mossman smelled like pine also.
Yeah.
That would
But
have been cool though.
it would have, but I don't know. Obviously, the factory probably wasn't set up for something like that, I imagine, or it would probably cost more. I don't know.
Now, I
I don't know
had
if
a
it would have
Motu.
been. I don't know that it would have been a cost thing. I mean, I think that these
A smell thing.
yeah, these get the point across, you know. But I mean, God forbid we get. I mean, a smelly figure. Like, remember, Blue Hagnon came out and the whole world stopped. You know, because
Oh yeah,
everybody thought he smelled like plastic. I'm like,
that is true. Now,
you guys ever opened an action figure? Like, some of them have a pretty potent plastic smell.
I
You know.
had
I
a
think
Funko
Turkey
Pop.
Lady had a smell to her. Turkey Lady, I want to say.
Oh,
Yeah, she was.
Turkey did
Yeah,
a little bit,
but
but
I mean, it's
I had
just
a
that
Funko
type of plastic.
Funko Stinkor Pop that was smelly,
Uh-huh.
and but it didn't smell like pine though. That's the thing. It smelled like patchouli, but
Well, that's
like a weird old man patchouli.
yeah, that's what Stinkor was patchouli and
Is that what
right.
Stinkor was? He was patchouli.
Yeah, you can literally like you can buy a spritzer of patchouli at like Whole Foods, and you could spray your Mephitor if you want him to stink. Like it's the same thing.
Yeah, because I'm like, if he, bryophytus was piney, I could probably deal with that. But that high potent patchouli was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
that's a rough smell, man. It depends on your situation. There are some people that really
Byra
know how to
jambalaya.
use it, and it's like this comforting old man smell. Or there are people that are just like, you know what? I don't ever need to shower again if I use this.
I mean,
Now,
They replace bath water with patchouli. You know.
yeah, I mean, there's some hippie chicks that have walked by me and smelled like patchouli, and I'm like, dude, y'all smell great. Like, that's fine. Like, like I can handle that.
nice. I liked Bryophytus. I thought he was a really cool idea. I did not care for Mephitor at all.
Michael.
Now, I don't mind him having the all black goblin head and having
Mhm.
like a shadow goblin and all that, but my Stinkor was a bigger figure. And we're going to get into this when we get into Okiedos.
Okay.
Okiedos was very disappointing for me also. Um I feel like they're missing something as a Motu tribute to their original figure. But I
Mhm.
mean, they are beautiful figures.
Yeah.
I agree
So
with Curtis. I actually like those weird smells. Like,
yeah, it's like a toy.
like well, especially like I don't know if it's all glow in the dark figures, but like a
Mhm.
lot of my glow in the dark figures like have this real strong like plastic like new figure smell, and they
Yeah.
always feel like that, and I love it. I'm like, give it to me.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like a new toy smell from certain things, and that's definitely one of them. That's like, it's a glow in the
Yes.
dark figure. It's like even if it doesn't advertise that it glows in the dark, you're like, this guy glows. He stinks.
That's why I felt like Mbira and Jira or whatever, because I don't think she glows in the dark, but she has that black light, like translucent type.
Yeah.
But same thing. It was similar to that glow in the dark
Yeah. It's
Agnon
just
smell.
I think it's translucent plastic, whatever
Yeah,
that is. I think it's
yeah,
what
I liked
what
it. Like I was like, hey, it's fine with me.
Yeah, I didn't mind. I never noticed until somebody pointed it out. And I
I
smelled it.
was
I
the
was like,
same
oh
way.
yeah,
I'm like, I guess she does have a little something, but nothing crazy.
yeah, it's nothing that I don't know. There were some pretty dramatic posts. They're like, I put him in my toy room, and now I can't even walk inside. I'm like, man, yeah. I mean, you might have to actually like,
Well, Mike, I told
yeah,
Mike
you
this
might
guy
you might
behind
actually
me-
have to like fight crime with that superpower, buddy. Like,
Yeah,
That's
this
crazy.
banner,
That's insane.
this banner is like
Drama.
really thick material with this really thick paint on it. And when you unroll it, like when we first got it, it was like
Yeah.
brand new. We unroll it, it has like this weird paint smell. And you
Dude,
only smell it when you unroll it. And obviously at a convention, it's so open, you probably don't smell it. But in this room, you're like who just painted the model car in here?
so those are made of they're made of vinyl, and it's the vinyl smell. When we do
Is
a
that what
tattoo
it is?
convention, yeah, everybody brings a vinyl banner that has their names and the shop
Yeah,
they work
that
at.
thing is like, it is
And
potent.
yeah, dude, when we set up at a tattoo convention, everybody pulls out their banners, and the whole room just smells like vinyl for like
Yes.
2
That's
hours.
that's what it smells like in here right now.
Yeah.
Joe
I don't even know how
Gazabe.
I'm doing the show until how vinyl smells.
Joe says I put my figures in a paper bag and I huff them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Joe,
damn.
do it. Everyone's doing it, Joe.
Moving on to the first PowerCon in Columbus, Ohio. PowerCon 2022. We had number 12 and 13 released. This is going to be Okiedos, who is a web store tribute figure. Web store comes from the 1984 wave, or the third wave of Motu. And Xenothon, who is a Stratos tribute figure who comes from the 1982 or first Motu wave. Both were released as PowerCon debut figures at the PowerCon 2022 in Columbus, Ohio. Go Buckeyes. But they had a regular release in the All Stars 5 Plus wave. What do you guys think about these tributes?
I love them both. So spoiler alert, I love every PowerCon tribute. Like I love them. I think that they're all phenomenal.
Super dope.
The Okiedos was jarring when they first showed him because of the skeleton body and the vampire head. It was just a bizarre thing, but the colors were spot on. So I was like, okay, I get it. And once I got him, the way I have him posed, he's got like his arms down and his other arms are straight up in the air. And I have him posed with his legs kind of out. And he's he's creepy looking figure. Like I think it's awesome. And it's very much like a spider, you know? So I grew to really like him once I got him in hand. And then Xenothon, I think Stratos was my favorite Motu toy when I was a kid. I thought he was just like a flying monkey. And I just thought he was cool. So this was a really neat tribute because it's right on the nose. Also, this picture, that's a custom head or something, right?
For
Okiedo?
The Xenothon with the red beard.
Or Xenothon?
I think he comes with that head, doesn't he? Or is it a different color?
Yeah, I'm curious if that was a Trevor thing, or if he might have painted it.
Oh, okay.
Because he normally has
a gray one,
gray pieces on the bottom instead of the red.
That
looks
cool.
cool.
With another head, but I don't know if it looks like that. You might be onto something.
Interesting. I'll look up real quick on Source Horseman. That's
I could do that too, I guess, as well.
That would be interesting to now. You got me.
I know. Now I'm gonna look
on this.
But yeah, so he's got a gray beard. I think it looks like a beard. Gray beard on the original, and then he comes with the bearded orc head.
Xenothon's way at the end of the list.
There he is. He's gray there. I don't see a red, bud.
No, you're right. There, it is gray.
Yeah,
you're right.
Gray. So whose custom is this?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Trevor, you son of a bitch. Trevor.
That's a good eye, man. I never realized that. Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. Like I said, Mike sent me this link. I swear to God, I didn't do nothing.
Well, I got to tell you, Xenothon, I love. Okay,
Mhm.
give me any of the 1982 Motu tributes. I said that once before. Stratos, I love Stratos. Uh, Okiedos, I didn't think he translated well into the web store we knew in the original Motu line. Uh,
Okay.
I personally wanted to see a 1.0 body like Stinkor.
Right.
And I wanted to, obviously see that heftier body with just two arms, and some sort of something to remind us of the grappling thing he had on his back. I don't remember. Did they have
Yeah,
a
he came with a. He came. Okiedos came with a flail with the stretchy cord,
Yeah, yes, but
which I thought was cool.
can it attach? Did it attach to his back at all?
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess you could put it in one of the hands, but
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah, no, I totally understand. Like the original
yeah,
web store was cool with that weird backpack.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's him and Mephitor are definitely ones that I would love to see them revisit the figures and make a new tribute to a new tribute for those figures. But I understand what they were going for. Dave, can you help me out here? Did the 2000X web store have a lot of arms?
I
That
think he had a. I think he had a backpack with arms that came out.
Okay, that's okay. So that's where this is coming from then. Okay.
Probably.
Yeah. Very good. Very nice. Okay. Well, let's move on to 2023. This is the first time Cosmics got Motu tribute figures. Our number 14 and 15 tribute figures. Operative 83, Manny Faces, a tribute to Manny Faces, which came out in 1983, the second Motu wave.
Hmm.
And then you had Scourge, who was a Whiplash tribute figure. Whiplash came out in the Motu wave in 1984, which was the third Motu wave.
Hmm.
Uh, so he is the only to date ogre size tribute Motu tribute figure there is. But both these figures had an early release at PowerCon 2023 in Columbus, Ohio. Go Buckeyes. Uh, and their regular release was in the Outpost Zaxius wave. Gentlemen, what do you think of these two Motu tribute figures?
Oh, I love them. Again, Operative 83 is my favorite Sentry body.
Freaking awesome.
Just yeah, the paint on it is just it's so interesting while being super spot on to the Manny Faces thing, and then the inclusion of three different heads. Um, it was all just he's a real smart figure. I think that he was he's the first time you really were like, oh man, Cosmic figures are perfect tributes. You know, like
Yeah.
for He-Man stuff. So I can see us getting a lot more
Yes.
of this type of thing to do Motu stuff.
Obviously they're awesome. I was there live, waiting in line at PowerCon last year. It was awesome. Got up in line, bought these as a set. Scourge is obviously, I like big figures, so anything ogre scale is obviously a go in my book. Now, Operative 83 is kind of cool because He-Man was obviously one of the first action figure lines that I played with as a kid. and the first one I remember having in hand, because we didn't have He-Man and Skeletor, was Manny Faces. So Manny Faces is kind of special to me, even though he's a bad guy. But I like him, and I agree with David. Cosmic and Motu tributes, I think, should go hand in hand.
Yeah, like with the use of the night helmet, with like the face paint on it, is another great thing with like the cosmic stuff being what it is. And obviously we'll get to the way that I put together that tribute was having partial cosmic and partial mythic is when it starts becoming like more Masters of the Universe, that sci fantasy stuff.
Agreed.
You know, robotic parts with metal helmets and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Both these figures, especially the Manny face figure is spot on. I mean, it looks so good with the three different heads.
Yeah.
To make the gimmick, basically. I would. The only problem I have with Scourge is I would have liked to see them maybe go a different route, maybe make him brute scale. But once again, you don't have the lizard parts in brute scale or 1.0, so I see why they went this way. But it's beautiful. Both figures are very beautiful, and
yeah, it's certainly having, you know, what pieces are available. And
yeah,
you know, I think Whiplash could pass as could have been a larger character anyway, you know.
yeah. I think in 2000X, him and Beastman
Yeah, they're kind
were
of
larger
massive, right?
characters. Was Clawful a larger character also in
I think so. I think
2000X? Yeah,
maybe.
they weren't small guys for sure. Beastman was definitely big. Now, gentlemen, we come to the time in the show where we have the current Motu tribute figure that has been released. And of course, that is Anthopheles. It is a Buzz-Off tribute figure. Buzz-Off came out in the Masters of the Universe. He came out in the third Masters of the Universe wave in 1984, and of course, this is a based off of a David Williams custom, and it is a tribute to David. So, Dave, you have the floor. Tell us all about this guy.
I feel like I've told this story so many times at this point, to explain that it was like it just kind of came together pretty quickly and pretty easily, minus some paint mishaps. But it kind of made itself, you know. Like I thought, you know, all the pieces that were there were pretty spot on. One of the reasons I felt weird making it is because I thought it was so obvious, you know, like to make this, it would be like, okay, we gotta dial it back a little bit, not make it exactly Buzz Off, you know. But it was super well received, and this is what I was talking about with the mythic and cosmic mixture of parts, that just worked out really well to have like the cybernetic looking legs and feet attached to like the barbaric midsection and then chest armor, along with, you know, the mythic gauntlets with the cosmic claws, you know.
Yeah,
You know,
it's beautiful. Wow. It this is probably my third favorite Motu tribute figure here, behind Keltis and Krona. It is just beautiful, and what a what a experience for you to fly out to the con and then have them reveal that that to you. That's amazing. Dave, this is the first that I know of that a custom has been made for they've made a custom based off of, or they've made a figure based off of someone else's custom and then made it a tribute figure to them. Do you know of any others? I can't
I
think of.
I don't, and somebody pointed that out pretty early on, and I'll say like when they revealed this, I didn't know any of the details. I knew it was coming that day, but I didn't know the name or the backstory or anything. I had not seen these photos yet, um, and so when they did that, it was like, I mean, I'm so happy that the feed kind of got messed up on the reveal, because when they re-uploaded it, there's no video of it, but I was like near tears the whole time.
Oh,
So it was really awkward. I tried to, I don't even remember what I said. I don't even know if I talked the whole time.
That's very similar to our experience.
Yeah. And then when somebody pointed out that this is kind of a first situation, it was another touching moment where I was like, damn, I just did something really cool in the toy world, something that's so special to me as like a toy collector of many things, not just Legions, but like I've been collecting toys my whole life, you know. I never really went through that cool stage where I was too cool for toys. I was just a weird guy who had toys and tattoos, you know. And so to have like a little footprint in the toy world and the mythic world and the cosmic world or whatever is it's hard to explain how special it is and how many times like I kind of remind myself of, you know, on weird days, you know, where you're just like, what am I even doing with my life? And you're like, well, something special, you know. There's always these moments that you kind of go into these little spots in your brain where you're like, and then I'm like, Antophilius.
yeah.
That's all that matters.
That's right.
Brad, can you go to the bio? Because I definitely want to read this one, because I want David, you to pick out. I believe they mentioned Arizona in it, reference Arizona. Do they reference your name at all? I believe they do reference your name also, correct?
Yeah, so it's it took me a second to get some of it. The race is called the Davophiliar, which clearly has DAV, Davophiliar.
Yep.
The Zone A represents Arizona, which is which we've lovingly adopted, like me and the guys out here, that we're considered the Zone A crew. You know, Thomas Belay and Sam. We got a guy, John Moore, that's in our group. It's pretty special to have, like, I don't know, just kind of like legitimized Arizona in a weird way. You know, that we are this crazy hot area of this planet.
It's a beautiful state.
Yeah, I mean, and just the whole everything about it was really, really sweet, the way that they put this together.
Nice. And I do believe in the bio, or they put him from Be Gone 84. Be Gone 84, because he was released in 84 and he's Buzz Off Be Gone. So that is awesome. Brad, did you want to read this bio?
Yeah, if I can. Natives of the hive-like planet of Be Gone 84, the Davophiliar are distantly related to the more common Phexians. The Davophiliar have prevented the same planet-wide resource depletion that has plagued the Phexians' homeworld of Vazpar by remaining largely isolated with very little contact outside of their own planet. This isolation includes strict travel restrictions to Be Gone 84, restrictions which are enforced by the soldiers that guard the skies above the hive world, constantly on the lookout for unwanted visitors. The Anthophiles is one of the Dave Fillar guardians of the Be Gone 84. Assigned to Zone A, the warmest part of the planet, Anthophiles leads those under his command with his steady hand, calm demeanor, and warm personality that is rare amongst his species. Ooh.
Dude, Brad, we're going to have to get the sword out.
Yes!
We got to knight this man again.
Again!
What?
He's been knighted before. He's gonna get.
But listen to me, buddy. Listen to me. He not only has a figure tributed after him, he has a whole species tributed to him within Cosmic Legions. Knight this man, baby.
David, hold on, David. I'm gonna bring you up, you son of a biscuit. There you are, so we can all see you. We can look at you. All right, you get there, knighted, David.
That is so cool, man. What a cool bio.
Pedophilia.
Yes.
I like it.
Absolutely awesome. I cannot wait to get this figure in hand.
Beautiful.
The Buzz Off never resonated with me, to tell you the truth, way back in the day. But this is just gorgeous. It is beautiful. It is to have shelf presence.
Yeah, it's pretty special, man. I'm so pleased with just the way it turned out. It's perfect.
Now, guys, it is time. We are going to bring on guests, and we are going to talk about future Motu tributes. So if you want on, put your name, hashtag Legions Lair. We're going to spin the wheel, bring you on. We want to know your favorite Motu tribute and what you possibly think future Motu tributes there will be.
Mike, real quick, do you guys want to bring like 2 or 3 people on at once?
Yeah, if you want to. Now remember, we only can hold six people, correct?
6 or 7 people, I think. Is it 6 or 7?
I think 6. So we're only going to be able to bring 3 people on at a time. Then we have to have.
Well, we can pull. I can pull 3 quick names once they get
Perfect.
They get in there.
Yep, and then we'll do another set of 3.
10. Lauren says it's 10. I don't know if it's 10. I thought it was 7, but they may have added that. Come on, Curtis, tell us what it is.
Yeah, Curtis would know.
So hashtag Legions Lair. It doesn't matter if you've been on before. It doesn't matter anything. You're going to come on if your name is picked. Like you said, I'll send you a link through Messenger, and you can use that link to come on.
So, Brad,
you don't want to come on, you don't have to, but that's what we're doing. We're going to bring you on to ask you what Motus you love, what you hates.
Well, Brad's doing this, Dave.
What's up?
We know your favorite, being Anthophiles. So, what future Motu tributes do you think are coming? Would you like to see?
Oh man, they always go so far out that I'm like I never really know what to expect. I have a couple in mind that I want to make. So I don't want to give it away. but no, I mean I could definitely see him doing a Fisto. That Magnus head is perfect. And then I don't know, man. I've put together a couple, and outside of the ones that I kind of thought of, I'm really not sure. Again, they think about these things so intricately that You know, I mean, look at again. Maybe you weren't into Okiedos, but it's a pretty creative approach. You know, so I feel like they could make anything. I could see a Roboto eventually. Um, I would love a clear Sentry torso, you know, with like one of the pieces that's just like inside it. Um, that would be neat. Um, Trying to think of who else would be cool. I could see him doing battle armor, He-Man and Skeletor, Adamant and Keltis. You know?
Yeah. Well, Brad, we only have 3 entries. Why don't we just bring all 3 of those guys on one at a
We
time?
have 3? What? There's 20 people. All right, you introverts. Come on, this show.
People don't like to be on shows.
That's fine. Or maybe some people are setting up. You don't got to set up. Just put it on your phone. Come on, kick it. Say hi.
So we can spin to see who comes on first.
So yeah, we can bring these people on. Yeah, we can bring them on. Oh, where's my tab? There we are. Here. Am I sharing it? Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, make sure everyone is. Lauren says we can have 10 people on at once. So
Nice.
Oh, we got the good.
We got 3 here, so I guess we could share at least another 5. I don't know if this counts as one. Does my share screens count as one? No. There's still 3. Come on, people! You want to come on, you fuckers? All right, I'll pull it. Oh, there's 5. Yes, let's go, baby.
I would love personally to see Beastman, Merman, Tila.
Oh yeah. Tila'd be good.
I think they can do Tila pretty
easy
at this point.
Joe!
Hey!
Come on.
Hold on, Joe. You will be number 1.
But I would think they can do a Beastman, but they will probably want to do a bigger body on Beastman. Maybe after they come out with a Sasquatch.
He's one that I think you could make it right now.
You could.
Yeah, if you use kind of the right parts. But
Stephanie Orkin, you are coming on the show.
Hey.
All right, stand by. You're getting all right, but, I'm getting the dogs all crazy.
So yeah,
I pumped up.
I would love. I mean, they definitely can do a Beastman right now. They can't do a Merman. However, I don't.
Not yet.
Not yet. So, but Tila and Beastman, they could. I just see them making Beastman maybe brute scale.
Yeah, absolutely.
Squatch type. Whenever they come out with Bigfoot for Figura Obscura, I think that's when you're going to see Beastman.
Yeah. I think that so much of that stuff is like the Motu tributes are so secondary that what they'll have planned is it's like if they're gonna do a Sasquatch, then of course they'd be like, well, we're just gonna make a Beastman out of it, you know. But I don't see a Sasquatch being a figure obscura anytime soon, you know. Personally.
Boy, I would love. I hope you're wrong. I cannot wait to have a Sasquatch, and then maybe a retailer Yeti. You know,
that'd be cool.
Version. God, I can't. Well, it's gonna come at some point. You would think.
Sure, yeah.
When? I hope it's sooner than later.
Yeah, they're. Well, I can't wait. I love Figure Obscura releases. It's like my favorite weekend.
Oh yes, they're fun, man.
I love.
Yes. Hey, speaking of that, boy, people have been hinting around that we might be getting something soon. Speaking of, I think it was Kevin Boots.
I could see it happening soon.
Joe.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, buddy.
We can hear you.
How's everybody doing?
Better
We're
now.
doing good, buddy.
All right. Excellent.
We're talking Motu here. What's
Yes,
your
sir.
favorite Motu figure, buddy?
Hey,
I don't know that I have a favorite. Probably Adamon. I mean, just because he's the hero, you know. I like
one.
heroes. Yeah, that's
He's the
the
one.
guy, you know, the main guy. But I enjoy all of them, to be honest. Even like Bryophytus, when he came out, he had such like an elemental vibe to me. Like I'm a big D&D guy, you know, so like someone that's made out of the stuff of the forest, you know, seemed like a really cool concept to me, you know. Kind of like how they did Mossman in the 2000X, where he just like comes out of the woods and grabs people and stuff. Like it's just a cool concept or image to me, you know. So I like that for sure.
Cool.
What about possible future Motu tributes? What do you think?
You know, Matthew Dooch put one in my head. What was the mechanic that just came out in the most recent Cosmic Wave? I'm drawing a blank on his name now. Cog, right?
Cog.
Yeah.
I think that cog head on a brute scale body with that furry neck piece from the Krampus figure could be a good start of a Beast Man tribute, you know. So that I think that could be an interesting one. That I you know, not having the cog head yet, I don't know the exact sizes or how they're going to fit, but that one I think could be fun. Beastman's definitely a tribute.
I never even
like
gave that a thought. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, he mentioned the head could be used for a Beastman tribute, and then I just started thinking, like, how could that work? But the brute scale bodies, you know, because with the armored suit, I assume they're roughly about brute scale size. So, you know, maybe that head's pretty close. So the way things work, though, no matter what I guess, it won't end up being right. I'm used to that.
Yeah, they definitely surprise us when it comes to that. Robert,
Right.
What's up, Rob?
Can you guys hear me okay? I'm in my car and I'm waiting for my daughter to get out of gymnastics.
Yeah, I can hear
hey,
you.
you're good.
Awesome.
Heck yeah.
Nice. So, Rob, what is your favorite Motu tribute?
Probably same as Joe, Adamon.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. I mean, it's just He-Man. So
yeah.
I take it's Brad's too. Is it your favorite? Is it your favorite Motu?
Yeah, I was gonna say Unkin because Unkin's pretty cool too, but yeah, I'd have to say Adamon, just because I'm a hero kind of guy too, and I liked Atlas, and that was just it was just, you know, like I said, everything worked with him. It works with a lot of figures. They did really well, but with Adamon, he's definitely the one.
Nice.
Now with the version 2 coming out, maybe they can use that new head to do the battle armored version, you know,
that now
like a battle armor.
And that is possible. I'm glad you brought that up because I'm thinking, you know, if they did do a new Adamon, what Adamon would they do? And that would probably be a battle armor,
right?
And
there's you know, a new scapular coming too, and that new head could be used, you know. So maybe that's something we'll see. Yeah, maybe that's something we'll see in the future. Yeah. That'd be fun.
That would be great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So, Rob, what figures would you like to see them dabble into? What Motu characters would you like to see tributes of?
You know, I wasn't big onto Motu when I was growing up, but I did have obviously He-Man. But do you guys remember that one blue and yellow guy that used to spin when he would do that thing on his waist?
Cyclone.
Cyclone. Yeah. I was thinking he would be a cool tribute for Cosmic Legions.
Mhm.
Now, we have the man right here who makes amazing Motu.
I was gonna say it could probably make it happen. Yeah.
But Dave, what would you do? Just, I know I'm putting you on the spot. What would you do to make a cyclone? What kind of parts would you use?
Actually, there was somebody in the cabal, Joe Martinez, that made a Cyclone tribute.
That's what I thought. I was about to say somebody did that.
Did he
And
really?
it
And
was
I
really
thought it
well
looked-
done.
Yeah.
It's
I gotta
hard for me
see
to.
that.
It's honestly, it's hard for me to think outside of using the barbarian body for almost all of it, or like bare arms and legs at least, just because that's how they looked. But yeah, that Joe Martinez also did a Mosquito that was really nice.
Yes.
I remember that. Yeah.
And so, I mean, I don't know that I would change either of those. Like the way he did them, it was so good. So yeah, I mean, I guess if you just look those up, I guess I would just use those pieces, you know. And I got to see them in person at IshCon, and they look really,
Oh, there we go.
really good in person.
seen
There you
those.
go.
Yeah.
Huh. That is cool.
And
How
that's
long ago was that?
I think it's using what, cosmic arms?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Cosmic Arms and Legs.
Cosmic.
And that doesn't even do it justice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, where's the other one? I got another one on there.
Wow.
But,
So
you know,
I never even thought about cyclone. That's cool. And who's this a tribute to?
I think that was just another custom he had. But
Oh,
yeah,
another-
that's just another custom he did.
yeah, I thought it was cool. It was right next. It was he posted those together. But
oh, nice.
I was like, yeah, that's cool. And I had to scroll through it real quick.
Nice. Yeah, that cyclone. Obviously, he went around in circles. You know, his torso and all that. But that would make a pretty cool tribute.
Mm-hmm.
You could simulate that action feature. It'd just be really slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can.
Mike, what was Ryan K. Anthony's tribute that he did? That he had?
He had Faker.
Faker. He did a Faker that was good.
That'd
Yeah.
be cool. Yeah, using just like the Atomon parts.
Yep.
Right.
And just in the Faker colors. And I believe he actually used the Keltis armor chest, if I'm right, because of course Faker had the Skeletor armor on in Motu. I could be wrong there. I'd have to see the figure again, but it was beautiful.
Yeah, the Motu figure did have Skeletor's armor, but it was orange. And you know.
Yep. It definitely was orange.
Yeah.
I thought Steph was gonna jump on. Was she not one of the winners?
Steph is here. She
She's
says
not
I'm in
jumping
hiding.
She doesn't want to come on.
Let me while we're waiting, let me take this time to ask all three of you guys, okay? And you guys can go one at a time. How much are you looking forward to Legions Con 2024 if you're going?
If I'm going, like it'd be my first Legion Con, so I'm highly looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Nice. So are you going for the con, or are you going for intern for a day?
Not intern, definitely the con, and to meet people, and yeah, a lot of the people that I talked to in the cabal.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can. Are you going to be there a day or two early, Rob?
If I do fly in, I think I'm gonna fly in like Wednesday night, and I'll be there until Monday.
Nice.
Awesome.
Now, Joe.
This will be my first Legions Con. I'm going. I bought my ticket already. Excited probably isn't the best descriptive word, because what's more than excited, you know. I'm thrilled. Not only will this be my first Legions con, but it'll be my first actual con. I did get to go to the California Mythic meetup a couple of years ago. I met David there. It was a ton of fun. But
cool.
I've actually never been to like a real con. I kind of live in the middle of nowhere and don't get out much. So
this is a special con. It really is. It's not. I can't say it's not overwhelming, but it's different in a way where, I mean, there will be other stuff there for sale, but when you walk into that ballroom and it's a whole ballroom of nothing but Mythic customs or something that's affiliated with that, it's really cool. And you really have to go table to table and just take it all in and just go up and down.
Yeah. For me, the excitement, I know a lot of people say, oh, you know, to meet the people, but for me, it really is because I don't get to, you know, so I think what I'm looking forward to the most is meeting everyone and just hanging out and chatting and just taking that part of it all in. You know, I'm a Legions guy. I've got the full collection, and you know, so I'm not as excited to get figures. I'll get the con exclusives, of course, but you know,
I definitely don't think you'll be disappointed, Joe.
No, I expect not to be. So yeah, so that's my long-winded way of saying I'm really excited to go.
Nice. Yeah. Now, David, you're a veteran of Legions Con. So how excited are you? We get a little different perspective here.
I love hanging out with everybody. Like being a vendor every year, or the last year, and then this year is going to be, you know, it's going to be cool. But and that's kind of one of those things where you can kind of meet and greet the whole time while you're standing at your table. But it's as soon as the con is over for the day that you really just get to like hang out and just interact with all of these people that you know so intimately on the Cabal. Or just, I mean, in whatever aspect of the internet that you know each other. But that's my favorite part, is just the interactions and the hanging out with my buds, you know? I just all of it. Like from the second you walk in till this very sad morning you leave, it's like the most fun weekend. And it's we've talked about it before, like coming home, that when you get home, everyone's like, how was your little thing? And I'm like, I don't even know how to explain how fun it was. You know, like, how do I explain that I'm in a building with hundreds and hundreds of people that are into the exact same thing as me? You know, like you could stand in line and meet your new best friend. You just ask them who their favorite guy is. That's it.
Right.
Nice.
So I mean, I've created some really like forever friendships because of Legions Con and the Cabal. So I'm excited to see all my buds.
Nice. I was going to ask Rob, where are you located at?
California, SoCal.
So you got a nice little trip to go. Nice little flight, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that one way, or is you gotta stop somewhere?
No, it's gonna be one way, so it's not too bad.
That's definitely.
And I convinced my coworker, doesn't know anything about Mythic Legions except for what I talk about. I convinced them to come with me. So
I already knew it was fun. But that's cool though.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
Even if you're not, I think, like you said, it's one of those cons where it's not too overwhelming, where it's just you're bombarded with so much stuff. It's nice that it's at the hotel, and if you're staying at that venue, it's even more convenient, because at any time you just want to go upstairs and you get too much anxiety.
I did get a room there, and I got one of those rooms that came with 2 beds. So I was like telling him, like, dude, I got a room with 2 beds, and you got to get a ticket now. You're gonna come, and he just told me last Thursday, he's like, I got a ticket, so I'm
It's totally nice, especially if you gotta, use the restroom. You don't want to use the public one. You just go back to your room. Everything is convenient. It's not like
Yeah.
you went to San Diego Comic-Con and you stand in some crazy line from another crazy line. You're gonna stand in a few lines, but they're not like too crazy, I would think, compared to other cons that I've been to that are like, oh wow, a little overwhelming. And they do get bigger and bigger and bigger, but I think they're doable, especially for somebody's first con. I think you'll definitely enjoy it. It's definitely a personal con.
Yeah. And how cool is it that it's set up by guys that had that in mind? That I'm sure they've been to a million cons and have had to go from the hotel to the venue and then go back and all that stuff. Whereas like they literally made it so they can just stay in the place, go downstairs, go to their rooms, Hey, look at Steph.
I'm glad somebody said something. I can't see her unless you scroll down. I could. I don't.
Hey,
Steph, how long have you been there?
Forever. No, for
Are
a
you
while.
serious?
About 15 minutes. I was about to hang up, but
Terrible.
I wanted
Because I'm
to.
sitting there going, I guess if she doesn't want to come on, she doesn't want to come on. Like I guess I only have so much room here. I guess then it runs out, then you got to scroll down. I've never had this many people on before.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is exciting stuff here, man.
We're losing Rob's signal. We lost Rob's
There's
signal.
Rob.
He's
Rob
circling right now, but he may be able to hear it. Maybe.
He is. Steph, what is your favorite Motu tribute figure, darling?
Whiplash Scourge.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I just have sentimental attachment to him.
Now, what's that sentimental attachment?
Yeah. Yeah. What's the sentimental attachment?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, because you know how I came in a 2-pack? Well, I ran out of money at PowerCon, and then my friend Brian, got it for me in California. Brian Dunn, we split it because he wanted operated.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I
Yeah.
like them. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Now, Steph, do you have any requests for future Motu tributes?
Yeah, Tila, the new one.
Yeah, we need Tila.
Need Tila. Why not?
We do need Tila, and I think they could do it. Especially, oh boy, the Neve body. I don't know if they would want to make Tila thicker. They would probably want to stick with a 2.0 body.
No, Evil Lynn.
Oh, a new Evil Lynn. Okay.
My answer. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, Steph.
Yeah.
I take it you're a bigger Evil Lynn fan than Tila. Why is that? Because of the evil aspect?
Yeah, I do like dark things. But no, I like her. I just do.
Nice.
And then in the last show, she was like sort of like in that gray area, wasn't she? Like you have to watch the story, but I remember her sort of
the Revelation
one.
Yeah,
like you saw some of like I don't want to say the good in her, but
Well, I think every evil character can have redemption, I would think, other than the Dark Four. I don't think that.
Yep.
So I'm gonna put
I
Dave.
pulled another name real quick. It was Dusty.
Dusty.
Okay, nice. I'm gonna put Dave on the spot again. Dave, put a Tila together for us.
Yes.
What do you think? With the parts available, what would make the best Tila? Because this is one that's gonna be dear to my heart.
I would use like the chest from Freya and the stomach from Artemis 2.
Mm-hmm.
I might actually use Artemis 2 as the head too.
Ooh.
With like red hair. Because she has that crown,
Yeah.
Oh, right. You got to have some kind of crown. going on.
Yeah. And then I guess that would just be for 2.0, but with Nieve coming out,
Oh, my favorite.
you could use like a 1.0 torso, and it being compatible, you could use, I don't know, man.
I think those Bastet arms would look really good on
That's
a
what I'm-
on a
yeah,
2.0. Yeah.
Joe coming out with the
I
hit.
haven't
What is
her.
what is
yeah.
her
Keep
what does her
that.
torso look like, Nieve's? She's got bare
Yeah.
shoulders, right?
I think
I
Kayla,
really like
Yeah.
I sit and like when I make customs or tributes, like I think about them for days and like
Yeah,
put them together.
it can be time consuming for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could paint the entire Nieve torso to
I'm
look
getting
like
there. Oh, there
she's
we go,
wearing
yeah.
clothes.
There you go. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you could paint her stomach white. And
I can't wait for that wave. I'm sorry, not just for my
Oh,
figure, but like that wave is sick. It's
Like
killer.
highest.
isn't it rad?
It's pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
I can't. I think I'm really excited for Necronominus, but I would say that Sons of the Red Star is my most anticipated, like, of anything that they've got in the pipeline. Like, Sons of the Red Star is just so good. Like every single figure is just a killer, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Big hitters.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also two really cool factions, Barbarians.
It really is.
It is.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I can't wait for that bear. That bear is gonna be insane.
that's gonna be fun, man. That's gonna be a cool display piece. You know, like it's just gonna be a fun thing to own.
Yes.
I could see that being one that I keep like on my coffee table that I just mess with all the time. You know?
Well, what about envision this: the bear rearing up to attack the dragon as the dragon's coming down at it.
We'll see, man. I still can't picture how they could possibly do a dragon. I still can't picture it. Like, that'll be the thing. If they do it, it will be shocking to me how they pull it off.
I'm pretty sure in 2 months' time we are going to see it. This is Four Horsemen Studios.
It is.
Shocked with the bear. They've shocked with so many other things. Conibus, the actual skeletal.
I think for me,
skeletons.
For me, with the dragon build, it's all logistics. Like, so say it's 2 feet tall. You know, we're not even going 3 feet. We're saying it's 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
Is it going to have an articulated neck? Is it also going to have elbow joints and knee joints and wrist joints? But is it going to have wing joints as well? And is it going to be 3 feet wide? Or is it going to, you know, like, there's it's a logistical nightmare when you think about like how to establish that without making it a rotocast unposable thing. So if they do a dragon, it will be something I can't picture it. It's the only thing that when people talk about Mythic Legions and what's coming in the future, it's the only thing I cannot picture working without being ridiculous.
I keep going back to the price point. I feel like people steer away from trolls. Why do they steer away from trolls? Because they have a higher price point. I feel like the bear is even a little pricey, and people steer away from that just because of the price point.
Yeah,
I can't understand what the dragon's going to be, because I'm like, it can't be $500 because people are just going to freak out. It can't be $400. I think is going to freak out. $300 I think would be a lot, but it has to be big, and it has to. But like, where does it get to a point to where you're like, hey, or is it like, hey, this is $250, and at retail it's going to be $325? Like what?
Yeah,
like,
I mean it's not
how
out
do
of the
you put
question.
that figure with all the other figures that they normally have at G-Con if this is when they are going to do it? You know,
yeah,
those figures, I mean, and the dragon all wrapped into one.
Yeah, like that. You know that meme where it's like the lady thinking with all the
Yeah. My
math
brain
equation.
can't.
That's what I've been doing that since since people were like, it's got to happen. I'm like, it can't happen. Like, and if it doesn't,
They are.
I hope that people aren't disappointed if they don't make one.
Yeah.
And if they do make one and it's $500, you asked for it, dude. You know, like.
Well, and that's the thing. Obviously, with 500, I'm a completionist. I would like to think that if they just said, but that's the thing. A wave, a G-Con wave, is normally $500-$600. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, if it's $500, and what are you going to do? Just throw a couple other figures in there, and that's it.
I could see it
for G-Con. That's why I'm like, I don't know how they're going to do this.
I could see it being a separate, like.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it being like the G-Con wave, and then reveal a dragon, and then the dragon pre-order is 3 months long or something, you know, like, and it's made to order, and it's made to order only, and that's it.
I said this last show. What if we go to G-Con and there's no dragon?
There's no dragon.
What if we go to G-Con and they say, hey, here's 12 figures and here's the thing, and everybody's going, damn, no dragon. And then Saturday when you walk into Legion's Con, there's the damn dragons for sale. You can buy them. You can take them home. What if that was reality? What if, like the Valiant Night, where you walk in, like, what the Valiant Night?
That would kill all the
on their part.
That would kill all the vendor sales completely. Like no one would sell anything.
They would just be like, what? I mean, me and Mike are in the back, and we heard that a lot. Most people, by the time they got back to us, we heard that this is really cool, but I spent all my money at the Horseman table. I'm like, why? But I get it.
So what do you think of this dragon stuff?
I try not to speculate. I don't think they're going to put it out if, like, logistically it doesn't make sense. Just because.
Gotcha. I get you.
But they, you know, the Legion's community could totally come through.
Yeah.
And say they do an extended pre-order. Yeah, and it's like they could be surprised. You know, maybe they do a long pre-order window for something like a dragon, and then everybody buys it, you know, and then
to be honest, that would be the logistic. That would be the smartest thing, because you want to know who wants it and who doesn't.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean,
to put it on a pre-order gets an idea of what people want, and then you know how much to buy for other things.
And I think I might be thinking about, like, in my own living space, but I mean, people bought the Cat's Lair, and people bought Snake Mountain. You know,
that's true. Mike.
I wish we did.
Yeah, those are massive, cumbersome.
Yeah,
toys,
that's a good point. Those are like what, $700 pieces, $500 pieces, $600 pieces.
The snakes, snake layer was like $700, I think, at the time. 7 or 8. I think 800 was shipping.
It's gonna be a nasty weekend on the internet if it gets announced and it's $700, because there's gonna be people that are like, oh, my only dream as a child was to own a dragon, and they think that I have $700. You know, like, it's gonna be some bullshit like that. But
I think the Horsemen, their goal is to make the best possible dragon that they can. And they will put it under a wave cost, a large wave cost. So I can see it being under $500. I never gave that a thought, Dave. What you just said, have a regular G-Com wave, and then an extended come out with the dragon as an extended pre-order wave. Or show the dragon and say this is coming out next year on pre-order. I can see that happening.
Okay.
Yeah, giving us some sort of warning. They're far too considerate to just
Yeah.
drop something like that, you know?
So you think they'll show it to us and then say you're either going to pre-order it now or at a later time?
That a good possibility.
That would be cool.
That's doable.
It's just important that everyone tempers their expectations. I mean, somebody's going to be disappointed no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's because everyone gets their hopes up for what they want.
Well,
you know, the company, Four Horsemen are always trying to take care of us, but they're also a business. So whatever they decide to do, try and, you know, be a little sympathetic that they're running a business and doing what's best for them as well.
I think disappointment, there's nothing wrong with disappointment. It's how you express it. So hopefully people, if that does happen, hopefully people temper their emotions, their feelings. We have Mr. Dusty
Yes.
in the
Close
house
enough.
from Dang Studios. What is your favorite Motu tribute figure?
Chrono.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Easy.
That's a good one. Future Motu tributes, buddy. What do you think?
I need a Ram Man.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Look at it.
yeah.
Good.
I need a
Okay.
Ram Man.
Give that a thought.
Give me a brute scale body with some little dwarf legs, and we'll call it good.
Yeah, Ram Man would be cool. I could see him do Ram Man.
That's actually really
Good.
I
Yeah.
never considered Ram Man. I made a
I
Ram
didn't
Man
either.
out of I
You
made a
did?
Ram Man out of the Legion's shop dwarf, like that metal dwarf
Yeah.
head.
I need
that's
that.
right.
I need that I need that.
I know which one you're talking about too. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn,
And
that'd be a
want to
cool
say,
one.
didn't Brian Almeida? I thought Brian had painted those up. Now David, you probably got one that was unpainted and you painted it yourself. But when
Yeah,
those
I painted for Legion shop. I painted the orc versions,
okay,
the brute scale ones.
Gotcha.
And then the little ones I bought one painted. I actually have I have a few of those kind of in my collection. I'm realizing. But yeah, that was such a cool head, and I think it was on purpose. I think that whoever sculpted it, I forget who, it might have been Walter DeMarco. I'm not sure. It was obviously meant to be a Ram Man type thing, you know.
Oh, sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a great one though. That'd be a cool.
Yeah, he's my favorite Motu character. So to get
he's a good
Legion's
one.
inspired tribute,
I
That would be cool.
Man.
I just don't know. Looking at the parts that they have now, I don't see, unless you have something in your head, David. I don't see that it's even possible at this point for Ram Man.
I mean, it would just be one of the dwarves with helmet, you know, with a helmet on, you know, like a Helmere Golden Tooth or something that has like the squarish helmet.
put the
And,
Nate Barch shoulder pads on a standard figure.
I
on
was actually
1.0.
looking at Nate Barch's stuff over here, and I was thinking, I don't know, Ogre might be too big, but
yeah, if they had the same size pegs, that would be
yeah.
pretty awesome. But yeah, I don't even know.
Huh,
I don't know. It's so funny because they'll use parts that I forget exist. You know, like when Demistros came out, I forgot about that gorget that has like the teeth on it.
Oh, I love that. That's from Lord Bardrick, right?
Or from
Belphegor.
Baron Bolliger, right?
Belphegor.
So the dwarf 2-pack, the one that's coming out in the Rising Suns, has cloth dwarf scale thighs.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would fit really good for
For
what
Ram
Dusty's
Man.
talking about. Yeah, for Ram Man. I think you could piece it together, you know, like the knight helmet with the flat top, the bucket helm, you know, some large shoulder pauldrons, just using, you know, existing pieces.
I mean, Curtis is onto something with that. The brute scale torso, dwarf legs, bucket helmet.
Bucket helmet.
Yeah.
Give him some of those, like, I don't know, some of the bigger pauldrons.
Mhm.
Maybe like the Bardric ones that are just like the big rounded ones, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Well,
That's a great. They're all 1.0, you know,
Yeah.
compatible.
nice.
That would look. That would look strange, though. I think that's the biggest thing with these
Proportion.
tributes is they're proportionate. You know, like even little changes that they made to Anthophilius was like they didn't give him flesh-colored forearms like I did, but like nobody wants flesh-colored armor. You know, like it could be a random person buying that would be like, why are his arms this color? It's so gross, you know.
Oh man. Dusty, so we were talking Legion's Con also. So
Yeah.
how now you're a veteran too, obviously. How much are you looking forward to Legion's Con 2024? And Steph, get ready. I'm going to ask you this question also.
I'm stoked that you can't get here soon enough, man. I'm ready.
See if I can put that.
I'm waiting on some coloring books to arrive, you know, so I can be officially ready. But
So this
yeah,
is
I'm pumped.
this is the coloring book that's coming out this year is geared towards Cosmic Legion, correct?
100% all cosmic.
Nice. I have the first one. It does not disappoint. That thing is awesome, and
Mike,
I encourage
go ahead.
I encourage everybody that goes there, grab yourself one of these cosmic coloring books from Dang Studios because I can't wait to see the drawings. I don't color mine. I just look at your picture.
They don't fit.
I had about 6
Oh
months
no.
to get the first coloring book completed, and this one I had a year and 6 months. So there's a substantial difference on every page between volume 1 and volume 2.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Steph,
Yeah.
how are you looking forward?
I'm looking forward to what life-size statues are going to be.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hope they have some new ones. Yeah.
Of course, they got to do one, right?
Oh, yeah.
wow.
Maybe
That is
it's sort of become a tradition of some sorts, you know, ever since Kirk saw her and that big ogre. And then we got 2 last year, right? Or wait, no, 1.
Yeah, we got
What, Zuri and
Ziri.
Ziri and Oleg Thygar.
Oleg, yeah.
Yes.
Oleg.
Get him! Oh my God, yeah.
With the LED lights.
Yeah, those were so good.
My
So I would,
Neve
be.
or Scapular. I don't know.
I can see them doing Scapular.
I would love to see Atlas.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh,
I would
man.
love a
Cool.
I would love a Calazir. Calazir would be sick.
Yes, because that's
Like a big
with all the colors.
floating Calazir. Yeah,
Yes, and all
that'd be cool.
It would be nice because they have the 1.0 scale, they have the 2.0 scale, they have the ogre scale. It would be nice to see a brute scale figure. The different
Like and subscribe.
It's gonna be a Rakagor, and then they're like, "There's your dragon. Enjoy, everybody."
Dude, that'd be funny.
Right?
We gave you a dragon, damn it.
What would you guys do if you showed up and it was a foam horse?
Oh, Umbra.
And they let everybody
Can I get on it and take my picture?
Yeah.
We can all get on it.
Be like, you know, I'm like, which horse would they do? Boris or
Conabus?
Dude, they would have to do an Umbra.
Ooh, Conabus.
Cool.
Oh, Conabus would be sweet.
Which one would they do? Boris or Doris?
Dollars. Actually, I don't think they could do Conibus. That would be a little hard with the foam, I think.
That's
That'd be
it.
awesome.
They're doing something from.
Yeah, that would be hard. All those little foam bones. That would be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Everything they do is like you don't think it can be done. You know, like I mean, just the Kurzog alone, you know, was like, wow, that's insane. And then if you really look at it, like that Oleg Vygar is
Fire.
unreal. Like
Super
the fact, you know,
detailed.
like the pose and like just how dynamic he is.
Mm-hmm.
And being that size with like being the shirtless scales and all that stuff, it's like that I feel like that studio like knows no bounds when it comes to like talent and ability, you know.
And
I would love a Minotaur.
That'd be sick.
Mm-hmm.
I would love that.
Yeah,
You know what we should get?
one.
You know what would be even cooler than any of that would be a dwarf. Would be like
they haven't done so. Yeah, that could be
sick. It would fit. They could do maybe they could do like a Krotos would be fun.
Oh yeah.
Let's go all
like
out.
Just a little goat. Yeah, that'd be sick.
Halmir.
Halmir would be cool. Now I want them to just do a Krotos. That would be the coolest.
Or I'm trying to think of his name.
Troll.
Oh, Troll.
King Brahmin would be cool.
Brahmin would be sweet. Oh yeah, Brahmin would be sweet.
I don't know how they would do the troll, Dusty. That would.
They figure it out.
And that's the thing. They made Kurzog so damn big that how do you would have to put him in the ballroom. He'd be in the middle of the ballroom, just huge.
Yeah.
Right as you go in the main entrance of the hotel, right there in the atrium.
Or that right there in the lobby. As soon as you walk in, just whoa. It would work there because that's a big area there, and the ballroom's tall. So those two areas would be the only areas that you would get something big.
That'd be a hell of an attention grabber too. As soon as you walk in the door,
dude, a troll.
Am I right in saying, and you guys can help me out here, am I right in saying that hasn't Jeremy said that the most important character in all of mythos is Atlas? Atlas the Conqueror? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah. I think I've heard him say that.
I think you're going to see an Atlas then.
Well, I mean, good does conquer evil in the end. We know this, right?
Maybe.
It was like, damn right it
is. I can see an Atlas, and if they would throw a scapular version 2 in there, that would be awesome.
Even one would be cool.
A giant inflatable troll that blows up like a hot air balloon right out front. Get people off the freeway coming in.
I love it.
I love it.
Hey, I mean, maybe one day they'll do statues, right, Mike? I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll. Who knows what they'll do?
If they did
cool, if they did statues
like my merman here, that would be pretty cool.
How about a giant skeleton that's built from a bunch of small skeletons?
Yes.
It's like 1,000 skeleton legion builders in the shape of a giant skeleton.
Yes.
I don't know.
Why didn't somebody think to come up with 1,000 skeletons during the Necronominus wave, and we all could have brought our skeletons?
I know.
Next year, man. Next year.
A giant swig. I was working on a custom today while I was watching the show. So.
Oh, that's so rad.
Awesome.
Oh,
he's beefy.
That's gonna be so cool.
I can't get him to focus. Damn it. Maybe
that's
there.
A Bard body.
There we go. Yeah. So, in my head canon, there, he got sent to spy on the other faction, so he's making potions that allow him to blend in. So this is the swig that's going to spy on Alithia's brood. So he has a vampire potion.
Yeah.
Troll bouncy house. I'd be all in on that. Hell yeah.
A ball pit. I like ball pit.
Well, I know we're talking about Motu, but real quick, Curtis says it's time for Figure Obscura. I mean, what do you guys think? You think that's coming soon? It has to be, right?
Oh yeah.
Halloween time.
Yeah.
Halloween time, yeah. You'll next month you'll probably get the figure obscura drop. Maybe this month, shoot.
Oh, I
Mhm.
think he's talking about the statue. He's saying there's going to be a headless horseman statue.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be
I
cool. What if
don't-
they just bring a real horse,
There you go.
Hey,
and then we can just, it's
Oh.
like a petting zoo. Maybe that's what the armory experience is.
Yeah.
It's
that's
just a
Oh.
fence with a horse in it.
Oh,
they put a
man.
pole in the middle with a rope, and then you just ride in a circle like the kids. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You better
That would
look
be-
down when you're walking.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I think Jeremy has enough animals to worry about.
Yeah, I was gonna say the hotel will not have us back.
I did hear from a special guest says that he will be at he may not be there for intern through the week, but he is going to be there for Legion's Con at some point. My good friend Arnold will be there. So I invited him and he says he's coming. So
No kidding.
yeah, so Arnold's coming to Legion's Con. So you guys are going to see Arnold. He'll probably be walking around. I mean, I don't know. We'll see
Arnold,
him.
first name Jesse.
No,
Yeah.
no, this is real Arnold. Real Arnold will be there. You'll see him. And when you see him, come up to him and say hi. And,
Yeah.
and he wants to hear your best Arnold impression. That's
Well, I'll give him one.
Nice. Well, guys, we are at 2 hours and 40 minutes. I think that's a
Almost.
show. What do you guys think?
Yeah, dude. It's funny because when it starts to go off the rails to a point where we're just like chatting, I forget that there's like an audience and it's live
Yeah.
and we're not just screwing around.
I had
Because
to
I
look
could
a
sit,
couple
I could
times
sit
to see if
around and
people
talk
were
about toys for 2 more hours. Easy.
Oh man,
no
yeah,
doubt.
absolutely. This is my favorite part. Mhm.
That's probably why I
Like-
haven't got on Legion's chat in a while, because I would be on there late at night,
Yeah.
talking to people. I need to get back on. Dave, do you still do that Legion's chat?
I do. The last couple Fridays I've had stuff going on, so I'll be
Yeah.
back this
Yeah.
Friday to hang.
I got to get back on there. Ever since they changed it, and you got to go through
Yeah,
the
the
group.
stream or it's
Yeah.
actually it's really nice.
Is it?
So, like the format of it, like once you
Okay.
download it, and like I downloaded it on my iPad. That's what I'm on right now.
Gotcha.
And it's just really, it's really well put together. I mean, it's what
Okay.
it's meant for. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's meant for video chatting, so it works
Yeah,
really
I'll
well.
have to-
It's a little less convenient, but it still works just the same.
Yeah, I need to
But-
get on there again myself.
Yeah, swing
Yeah.
by, man. Just keep an eye on the event page, and then the link is in there, and you can jump in. And
Your shirt
Most of the
looks
time.
amazing, David.
oh, the I was like, this one.
No, you're the one you designed, brother. The one you designed.
Yeah,
Thanks,
it looks
man.
great.
Yeah, I'll get those in person in November. So that's why I'm not doing any pre-orders or anything. Like I'll just have them at the show.
That's smart. Thank you for
Um,
my Amber sticker, by the way. I want
Absolutely, yeah. That was a
on the printer.
real quick sketch. Yeah, it's fun, man. Everything I get to do with this community is it like I have a pretty cool job, but it's almost cooler than my job.
Right
Yeah.
on. Right on.
Just drawing toys and stuff.
Mhm. Making people happy,
Yeah,
That's what it's about.
Hell yeah.
it's fun.
That's
Yeah,
it.
there it is.
There it
Mhm.
is.
Oh, wow.
All it printed in it, and the details did come out in it, which is great. I
Yeah,
wish-
Dave sent me a picture of it. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah.
Well, that is nice.
Yeah, it looks great.
I like that you chose a skeleton.
Love it. Well, fellas, 2 hours, 40 minutes. I love you all. I'm so glad you guys got to come on and hang out. Thanks to Rob
Thanks for
coming
the
out as
invite.
well. And
Yeah, thanks for having
sorry.
me.
Yeah,
sorry.
no, absolutely. Thanks for having me. I really
felt bad.
appreciate it.
I told Dave he was just going to be on for a little bit. Then I told Mike that I'm like, we'll just have him on the whole show, but I didn't tell David that. I'm like, hopefully he doesn't mind just staying on the whole time.
Come on, guys! I got a roast in the oven. I don't. Don't worry.
Hey, you could have ate. Yeah, you could have ate.
Yeah,
So
no kidding. There's another show that has a rotisserie chicken as a regular guest. So Latin Legion. So
Yeah, I've watched. I like Ed's. Ed's nice.
mhm. Yep.
So we're gonna in 2 weeks we're gonna have Greg a Schmerberberger.
Schmerber baby. I didn't do a thing for him. Sorry.
Dude,
Right.
Greg is one of the coolest guys ever.
Greg is a very nice guy. We met Greg, and we definitely had to have him on the show.
He's fantastic. So I'm excited for that one.
Right on.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. I
That'll be what,
New
September 24th?
That is, let's see here,
Mhm.
September 24th. Yep.
September
Cool.
24th. I didn't do a banner for it, so sorry. So September 24th, 7 o'clock, we'll have.
We all know what he looks like.
Yeah,
We'll be
Greg
there.
Schmerber, baby. And
Hey,
yeah,
can I do a quick plug?
Yeah.
do it.
We just dropped a new episode of Allegiance Quest last night. So, I'm not going to hold anything up. Just talk.
Oh.
But for anybody that's interested, myself, I'm running a Dungeons and Dragons game, unofficially based in Mythos, for Trevor Williams, Nate, Curtis, and Jesse. It was our 7th episode that just dropped yesterday. We're having a ton of fun. Yep, shameless plug for Legion's Quest.
There you go.
We're having a
Cool,
ton
man.
of fun doing it, and we're trying to get the word out there and get more people to watch. It's pre-recorded, so there's no pressure to catch it live or anything. Just watch it when you can. It drops on audio podcasts like 2 days after it's up on YouTube. So
Oh, cool. I didn't know that was an audio thing. I'm pre-recording and stuff.
Yeah.
I will put it on my list.
Jesse uploads it to those that for some reason it takes a couple days longer than it does to put it on YouTube. But I think it like if we drop it on Tuesday on YouTube, on Thursday it's on audio podcasts. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I just put it in my rotation.
awesome, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. We're having a good time doing it. So I think and you can see the progression, and a lot of people are interested in playing Dungeons and Dragons and haven't. Myself and Jesse have experience, but the other players are kind of new to it. So it's a lot of explaining the rules and things like that too. So if you are interested in learning how to play D&D, it's kind of a resource for that too. So,
Awesome.
all right.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Cool. Well, 2 weeks from now, you'll see us again. Come back into the community and join us as we pick Schmerber's brain. But until then, everybody, cabal above all, and we'll see you shortly. Peace. Till another